the solar flare. It feels like a comp that's really easy to execute for NONGSHIN as long as Gory can make sure his destinies are not a little bit too far forward or a weird angle, which we've seen him and Bae both fail at.
Style of compositions out of NONGSHIN.
Yeah, and as we head into the second game, I feel like the CC that NONGSHIN have to offer is just so immaculate that even the Lee Sin, the Akali doesn't feel as high mobility sometimes when you can just get gold carded, you can get feared, you can get nard, you can get Leona, you can get stunned, you can get solar flared. The engage options for DRX, they're still there.
Bad news, but Destiny's going to get Gory over here if he wants to very, very quickly, and you can see DRX not wanting to take too much. Yeah, he's going to come on in here. And Narbar is slowly ticking down as Gory and Kellen should be able to move on in here. Peanut gets over that wall, and they're just waiting out the rich Narbar, but are they going to be able to wait enough time? Is okay, there's the equalizer. Immediately Kellen goes in, but he might be the sacrificial lamb as first blood goes to the Akali. In goes Peanut now as Becca's getting taken down low as Gory flashes his way out. He survives for a long time, but it's not quite long enough as Doctarm not going to find the Q or the E, and I believe that NONGSHIN were able to grab themselves the Rift Herald. Yes, they were. Peanut picks that one up, but it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of DRX.
Plus, the bottom side of the map is completely going the way of Val.
Oh, yeah, that was 4v5.
Yeah, he gets a ton of extra gold from those minions, gets a turret plate as well, gets a free back here, top side of the map here because there's a Drake up.
Yeah.
So, sure, you can commit top, but like you said, there's vision control here. They know where Pyosik is, and that's where Gory's playing here in mid. And even though he loses Prio, this Drake is just going over for free. You sent Pyosik to the top side of the map, but he's not going to be able to get anything for this. Nope. And this is a really bad exchange of macro on the map with DRX. However,
yeah, that's a dead Rich. He's real dead. As Solka, of course, those Merc Treads making life pretty good, and there's the 5-point strike for the solo kill onto the Twisted Fate. Down on the bottom side, though, let's see whether this dive is going to be effective. The Varus immediately gets taken down as Doctarm is also dead. Thankfully, the turret didn't decide to take anybody else down, and there were minions there, and therefore it's just a 1-for-1. But both 80 carries down. It's basically a moot point as Kellen is just dead as well. So it's another trade of supports. And if you're DRX, you're like, well, I guess we're back to square one.
NONGSHIN, cut your losses, okay? You got the Drake. You don't, and yes, you lost Rich, but Gory was rotating up to try to save Rich. They were spread so thin. I don't know which replay this is going to be. So Rich is here. Now, Rich is very likely going to die here no matter what. He has to flash. He's buying time. But Gory also rotate up. And this is exactly what I was talking about. If you try to rotate to lanes alone, you will always lose in that rotation to the Akali 1v1. You can't win that fight. You can CC, but you can't win it. They try to make that happen, so while that's happening, they collapse down here, 3v2, but the turret is so strong, it's a Braum under there. Like, and then Kellen dies as well. Like, after this point, also cut your losses. Why go in like this?
They're like, give me another chance. And maybe if Peanut was tanking the turret, it would have been a better news story, or if Kellen had flashes on both sides of the rift, but in goes the paranoia. Let's see whether Pyosik's going to survive this one. Does have his friend coming over and stands beside him as there is a beautiful solar flare, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough here as backflip. Gets Solka over, does lose a bit of the damage as Gory's going to come on in. Goes Golden King and flashing on in there. Will land the Q. Gory's going to have to flash away from that one. Stride breaker from Peanut gets a bit of extra distance, and DRX unable to find any follow-up kills, but that was started by NONGSHIN. Yeah. And they had to use everything to try and get out.
This is the kind of play I was saying they should look for, but in this case, they didn't have enough information. You know, I said find somebody who's alone. That was not actually the case there. As very deep dive here from Becca. He's going to lose a lot of his health bar, but they guarantee the hit here with the Rift Herald. Yep. But they overextend so much.
Okay, that's just a very dead Pyosik who is just wandering with not very much health and is just going to fall down.
Ingen is in a bit of an odd spot here too. I think he might get out of here just fine.
Feels a little bit like the cards are falling down as Gary's going to find himself the gold card. And in goes Peanut, finds another stride breaker, and the kickback is going to connect. Kingan's actually doing everything that he can to try and get out of this one, but another gold card comes in, and he wasn't making it out alive. So that is 2 picks here for NONGSHIN. And DRX cracking just a little bit at this stage.
Yeah, this is a game where not Live Sandbox, they're not in this game. Nope. For NONGSHIN.
They're going to be playing tomorrow as Paranoia does come down here towards the top side of the map. Bit of a positional switch there as Rich in a great spot to stop Kingen from getting away. Gonna get a bit of his own medicine there towards the top side.
This pings are there, like, okay, why is he still there from DRX? And I think there's a lot of question marks coming down because I know there's a rotation coming up.
Yeah, this is a big old whoopsie. He does have flash, but he's going to use his stopwatch here. Teleport comes on forward, but he's not actually going to use the flash just yet. In fact, he uses it right as the hail of arrows were coming down, and the equalizer is going to miss the flash forward because he was getting greedy for a gold card as NONGSHIN are going to try and now back away, picking up what they wanted.
This is a really big misassessment from NONGSHIN because can't blame Gory too much for that one. I think it was a bit of a team tripping together situation.
Well, Paranoia is going to come on through here as Gory finds himself a gold card. The flash comes out, but the fear does too. And yeah, rapid fire cannon is going to mean that that gold card comes in from downtown as Kingin almost tries to find Peanut there, but not going to be able to. And the Lee Sin is going to fall down, but NONGSHIN are going to maybe be a little bit more apprehensive next time around as they almost lost Pin, but we haven't seen anyone look at the Baron at all. As another Paranoiac does come in. The equalizer goes down as Peanut trying to fight with Pyosik here, but Flame Spitter needs to be avoided as Rich comes down. Good flash comes out, but it's a flash nah. Pyosik down very, very low, but Rich is the one in trouble. There are 5 members in the area, but Rich is still alive, just straight up misses that wallop completely though. And that is going to send the Nah away. 4v5 now as we've got a minute until that Drake does come up. You can see DRX, they are listing towards the top side of the map.
It's going to be a Baron attempt here, I think. They're going to clear vision.
Kellen, not exactly healthy right now.
Look at the equalizer cooldown. It's almost back up here again in the
It's ludicrous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's insane. Like, he's going to have another one. He does have another one now. And NONGSHIN really have to respect this.
See, it's only that equalizer that has done damage, and now Pyosik's going to be able to just use it again. True shot barrage, going to be blocked immediately by Becca, but now Unbreakable is on cooldown, but NONGSHIN, going to be hard to get these health bars back up again. Kellen,
Kingin pulling
pretty
so
low,
many resources.
Exactly. Kingin fighting against Rich, but he's down relatively low. Gold card's coming on in here, but that means that the Energized is now on cooldown for Gory.
It's go time, I think, for NONGSHIN. We've got one shot. This has to be now.
Yep, Kellen going to go in there. This is the Hail Mary play. Can they actually lock down the Drake? It is going to be taken by Peanut as the Paranoia gets him over the wall as well, but Kingin is going to use his stopwatch at a beautiful timing. And now Doctor chasing after Solka. Pyosik is dead on one side. Kellen dead on the other as now Peanut goes gold and buys a bunch of time as the boulder comes on in. Unbreakable is going to stop Becca from falling down, but is Solka going to be so lucky? Peanut now trying to find the fear. They don't really, as Gory's just going to get taken down. Exploded with all of that damage. Just, oh my goodness, the poke flying back and forth. It is going to be Becca, but it's traded for Docdom, and it's a one fight for DRX, but they don't get the Drake.
They don't get the Drake, but they get a ton of gets hit there on his way out. Now this looks like a Baron.
Yeah, looks like we're trying to 50-50 on this one as well, as we'll see whether the vision will come through. Of course, Destiny is going to be able to force that, as there's the Paranoia. Kingin goes over, gets the kick onto Peanut, but Peanut is ignoring the Baron. The Baron is down so low. It is going to be taken there by Pyosik, but 2 dead already. It's both solo lanes. And this means now NONGSHIN, all they need to do is try and tidy this one up, and they might be able to break some turrets. But it looks like Becca's there once again, the stalwart defender for DRX.
Such a messy fight. Such a messy game. I mean, sure, you do end up getting the Baron here as DRX, but you lose 2 members, and you actually were zoning away so hard on the right side of the Baron pit that it was even difficult for Pyosik to actually hit the smite. He's like, guys, can you get that last 200 health, please, so I can hit the smite? And it ended up being a bit of a disconnect between Inhibitor or anything like that. They didn't win the Baron buff themselves. But watch how this works out, because you could see Pyosik is on the Baron being like, okay, I need that last 200 health. Meanwhile, Solka and Kingin just try and do anything they can to prevent the steal. And sure, they do, but 2 dead means that you don't get anything out of this Baron. You give a little bit of extra gold over NONGSHIN, and this game is just keeps flipping every single fight.
Oh man, Becker is so good. That Unbreakable to deny the stun. He gets stunned, but of course he's
one who's doing extremely well. It's 3-0 and 7.
Yeah.
If you do try to collapse onto Gory and then get caught by Peanut and lose somebody, you actually lose the game. I mean, we're 40 minutes in, so gotta be careful.
Yeah, this is now Cloud Soul point from both of these teams as Rich is going down very, very low. Concussive blows will connect. The flash out comes through as Kellen gets on over. That's a 2-man stun with the Solar Flare as now Paranoia comes in, but it's beautiful positioning of the equalizer, and Kellen is already dead. Now NONGSHIN, they need to try and do something about this. Becca, the Unbreakable is just so damn good from this guy. Gory takes a lot of his health bar. is going to make it out. Peanut also limping out of this one as Doctarm, very healthy, but Solka now on the flank. Gori's in trouble. Rich teleported back in. He's now at full health, but Gori's not so lucky. Pyoshik just going to try and burn down Doctarm, but Doctarm's going to be okay. And now it's the power of the Ezreal. Oh, is it? It's the power of the Akali. I tell a lie. Solka pops in, 5-point strike for about 1 billion damage. And this should be DRX taking us to game 3.
It certainly will be. What a crazy game. Back and forth from start to finish. This is probably our highest kill game of the season. 27 has the Nexus turrets come under fire here. DRX coming in big.
Yeah, well, it's not over just yet as Kellen's getting on over. Look, I say that and always Solka just quietens me down. And I'm okay with it as Solka is going to tank up this turret for a while, but the turret not going to tank up him as now the Nexus will be taken. Only a 2,000 gold lead at the end, still a pretty close affair, but DRX will take us to a game number 3 and NONGSHIN continue to go the distance.
30 kills.